What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. We are building with the brand new Radeon GPUs. We have the RX 7800 XT. Okay, so let's talk about the parts we're putting inside of today's build. First and foremost, for our parts, we have the AMD Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. For motherboard, we're using the ASUS TUF Gaming B650 plus Wi-Fi. We've got the ASUS TUF RX 7800 XT graphics card. For our storage, we've got the Kingston Fury Renegade 2TB NVMe drive, they're Gen 4. For RAM, we've got G-Skill Trident Z5 Neo. For the case, we're using the ASUS TUF GT502 case. For the cooler, we're using the ROG Ryujin 3 240 ARGB. And then for our power supply, the ASUS TUF Gaming 750 watt gold PSU. Okay, so let's get our board out. Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. Let's do RAM clicks. Let's do them 97. There we go. Boom. All right, here we go. Oh, 88, guys. Whoa, this is super mushy. Oh, 96.2, but it didn't quite do it. All right, so we got that in. I think the last thing we need to do is let's get our AIO squared away here. Okay, let me grab the, yeah, I think this has got that new easy mount, which is awesome. All right, good, yeah, it is. Yay, I love this. It basically turns it into an Intel mount. Okay, guys, see, this is that new bracket that they made. So essentially now you don't have to switch out the thing. It just turns the AMD bracket into an Intel bracket. So now I can just put this on and it's basically good to go, which is actually pretty cool. There we go, guys. Ugh. Look at this case. I like this case. It's a fun case. It's actually a really nice case to build in. Something super interesting about this case, guys, is on the back here. It actually allows you to do a radiator or fan mounts in the rear. So if you wanted to do some additional cooling or water cooling and have an additional radiator, you can actually have one at the top, one in the rear, one at the bottom, and even one in the back. So you could actually have as many as 4 radiators in this case, which would actually be pretty crazy. The other thing too that's really nice about this is, check this out, even the tooling on this, no screws, nothing. It just kind of pops off. And then just like that, you can take the top off. And these, this is like genuine tough. This is like a solid case. So let's go ahead and get our spots open for the fans here in the back. Okay, so we're gonna do fans at the bottom, fans at the top, 240 at the top. Okay, glasses out so we can get to that very easily. I like removable brackets. That just makes the installation process so much easier. Okay, so there's that. I'm actually very excited because we're gonna be showing Starfield, Call of Duty. We're gonna play Hogwarts. We're gonna check out Baldur's Gate on here. So we have a bunch of games we're gonna check out too. This is all stripped out now. It's still, guys, this case is very hefty still. And what we're working and installing in right now is our fans. Not you guys, the fans. I'm talking about the fans that go in the case. There we go. All right, there we go, guys. First 3 fans in. Okay, next set. We don't actually need this for. Okay, so we got 3 of our fans in. The other 3 are gonna go at the bottom. They are set to intake. Look at that. That actually looks really good. I mean, just given I like that the aesthetic design of both kind of match, which is nice. Okay, let's get our cables connected, then we can put our bottom fans in, which we already have ready. I can install our rear fan too. Luckily, this case has a ton of room for cable management. Unlike the 011, this one does not have that problem. So we're just connecting all our fan splitters here. Okay, there's those 3 fans. Okay, let's put this right here. The back of this is starting to look like one of those nightmare spaghetti scenarios right now. Okay, guys, all the fans are in finally. Okay, now comes the fun part. Now we just gotta start getting this stuff under control. Okay, that's all those. Okay, that takes care of all of our cable management. Okay, guys, so all of the cables, everything's in here, everything's working, everything's connected. Okay, got these cool Formula Mod cable extensions. I think you're gonna look rad. what I'm working on is making sure that this stays at a 90-degree angle. I think that's the most important thing here. Okay, so now we have AIO, which has got to run one series of cables down to the bottom. So here's how it looks so far. We got those tough colors in there. Next step after this is let's do our AIO. Okay, only non-TUF part in this build, but still, we'll be able to put the TUF logo on it and all that sort of stuff anyway. So it'll look tough when we're done. These are their magnetic fans. See? It feels like it's ready to be put inside the case. Okay, AIO is now installed. Let's get our PSU in, and then we just have GPU, the last thing. Okay, let's do our peel. Ooh, that doesn't actually smell that bad. Good job. Okay, so here's we're gonna plug in 16 pin. Yeah, this case is a lot of fun. These cables are really nice. Like, really nice. Okay, so let's get our GPU done. Time for the end. Okay, TUF time. Here goes, guys. There it is. In. Looks good. There it is. The build is done, guys. Okay, time to put the case back together. I love the back of this case, by the way. Look at that. I like the little, you can see the little TUF on it. This goes nicely on top. Beautiful straps. There's that. Build is done. It looks really good. Okay, all the cables are in. All of our TUF stuff in one location. Turning it on. And oh, it's on. There it goes. That's a good start. There we go. And there we go, guys. Wow, you can see a lot through this case. Like, you have like view all the way into the back as well. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, let's check this out. So I've never seen this before. I mean, CPU utilization is at 100%. Look, see? Temperature is 70, 71. Yeah, this is like having no problems with temps. Yeah, GPU utilization is hitting 100. That's like saying temperature-wise in the 50s. Okay, let's see how this does. Let's check out some games. Let's start with Starfield, because, you know, it's the game right now. Okay, let's go to settings, ultra. This is 1440p, no FSR. So 7170, turn FSR on. So you're getting a little boost here. Yeah, that should give you a good idea of like how the game's running and all that sort of stuff. Nope. Oh, shoot. Yeah, there you go. That right there is good old Starfield. Let's jump to an NVIDIA game. So you guys got to do Cyberpunk. So we're gonna go to graphics, ray tracing ultra high. Let's just see how it is. This is FSR. This is if you just ran it default. Okay, this is not as good as I thought it was going to be. This is a little bit better. I really honestly thought this would be like 70. I'm gonna make sure it's on balanced, verifying it's actually at the right one. Okay, so that's what it was. It was, I mean, it's basically running, it's running near 60. I mean, it's playable. If we wanted to do raw, No upscaling. If I turn ray tracing off, this would not have any problems whatsoever. This is with ray tracing. This is ultra settings, no ray tracing. You're gonna see a much different story. And now you can see, now it's not 60. Okay, so Call of Duty, 1440p. Let's see how this does. Basic settings, optimizing for frame rate. There you go, 216 frames per second. That seems good. Let's just, because people care, let's run it in ultra. I mean, still, 160 plus frames per second. Okay, so there's Call of Duty. Let's go ahead and load up Hogwarts. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is so good. 124 frames per second, everything at ultra. There you go. Now you see ray tracing hitting it a little bit. But if you wanted to get it into the hundreds, yeah, see, get your ray tracing. It just gets it much higher. Then last game, which is Baldur's Gate 3. Let's leave this at, we'll turn FSR on if we need to. Hopefully, man, 23,000 frames per second. Anyway, guys, yeah, this PC is awesome. If anybody had this system, would have no problem enjoying and playing games like this. The colors are great. The build looks clean. It's all toughed out. The case is awesome. Thank you very much to Newegg and ASUS for hooking us up with this. This build came out great. This was literally, I really like this case. It's a lot of fun to build in. It looks really good. I'm very happy with how this build came out and the fact that it turned on. Anyway, guys, have a great night. We will see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.